What is happening, guys? Thank you so much if you're joining us today for this Liverpool watch along. A little bit different than what we've done before, purely because we're getting the software involved for future watch alongs. So if you are joining us, please do like and subscribe. Help us hit that 10k mark. As it is at the moment, we're just a couple away from it, really, at the moment. So we can't wait to hit that mark. Have your notifications on for all future streams and videos as well, if you haven't already done so. Please and thank you. But without further ado, we have our Liverpool versus Arsenal in the third round of the FA Cup clash coming up. And we have our starting lineups here that I will display for everybody as well. Bear with me just a one moment. So that we have Liverpool here. We have a starting lineup of Alisson, Alexander-Arnold, Konate, Kwanzaa, Gomez, McAllister, Jones, Gakpo, Elliott, Nunez, and Diaz. Seems to be somewhat of a stronger side than some were expecting, but as the teams are walking out right now, it's a side that I think we can win with compared to Arsenal's 11 that I have here of Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Kibor, Rice, Jorginho, Odegaard, Saka, Nelson, and Havertz. Seems like Havertz is going to be playing up front in the middle of those three, or Nelson will be, and Saka's obviously going to be on his right wing position. But nonetheless, here we are. I may be a couple of maybe 90 seconds behind, so please, for the love of God, do not spoil it. But yeah, this is it now that we have here. Teams are just lining up now with their little mascots in front of them, but it should be a good game. If you're in the comments at all, please do feel free to leave your score predictions down below. It'd be absolutely fantastic. And any feedback you want to give me, guys, go for it. There's a couple in here at the moment, a bit low numbers, but your luck starting out, it's what it is. But yeah, I feel this would be maybe a 2-1. I know there's some in the group chat that have us at a 5-0 and Harvey Elliott hat-trick. I don't know why some people would think that, but nonetheless, but yeah, it's an interesting match to have a look at here. I'm just looking at the lineups and the formations. Seems that Arsenal going with a 4-3-3. Saka, Havertz, and Nelson. Yeah, Havertz starting up the middle. I'm a bit nervy about it myself, more so I don't know how this is going to go. It seems Liverpool are forming up in a 4-3-3 as well. Maybe not what I'd expect. I would have liked Nunez on the wing and maybe Elliott playing as a 10 behind him and Gakpo, but it is what it is, realistically. I still think that's a very strong side. Nice to see Kwanzaa getting a start as well, beside Konate. Obviously, Virgil van Dijk is ill at the moment. That's why he's not playing. Thankfully, it's not an injury. So there is that. Arteta, fucking hate him. He just looks. Thanks, Matt. I don't know. You clearly want something from me if you're saying, look at that beautiful Irishman, because you're lying about one part of that anyway. But yeah, I reckon this will be a 2-1, 3-1 victory. I don't think it's going to be 5-0 as some people have said, but it's going to be a good one. I'm not going to lie. I actually like those Arsenal jerseys. Call that sacrilege. They're nice. Nice of us to not be wearing our red as well for the keep red out campaign, I think, is what's going on at the moment. But it's a strong side. I like it. A Dublin tour guide is the aim. Looking forward to it. For those of you that don't know, LFC Transfer Room are having a little bit of a get-together at the Europa League final when Liverpool get there. So we might even do a live stream from one of the pubs that I decide to drag Maddie and all of his mates into. But it should be good. Be interesting to see how this game goes, to be perfectly honest, because considering how, I say not easy is probably the wrong word to say, but considering how one-sided an awful lot of the other fixtures have been, obviously not with Nottingham Forest and Blackpool, that was a good game, but how one-sided in terms of on paper they've been, obviously with your Man City and your Huddersfield and everything like that. Erling Haaland celebrating in the crowd as if he just won another Premier League with Man City's win there, as if like they couldn't put out their youth squad and probably win that game as well. So it is what it is, but we are here now and it's about to kick off. Again, I may be about 90 seconds behind, so don't be a dickhead and spoil it in the chat, but it should be good and away we go. I'll be interested to see how this game goes, because it will be. I wonder who we get in the next round as well, if that's already been set, if it's going to be another draw for that, or what's the situation. But so far, 30 seconds into it, it's realistically just been just fuck all happening. But it's one of them. Yes, Helior, he does. Hilariously, I don't know why, because that came from the Scottish Cup. That ban came from the Scottish Cup. He's a one-match ban that he's serving for this particular game, but it came from the Scottish Cup. I thought they were all separate entities, but I guess not, which is why Gomez starts at left back. I would have liked to have seen Beck. I think we'll see him against Fulham in the Carabao Cup. That has me worried as well, Halier, to be honest with you. No central defender on the bench. To be honest, I think we're okay. But again, I think we're playing with fire at the same time. It's a concern. But we still have plenty of the January transfer window to go, which means we can still work on that problem if needs be. No, nothing came of that attack, unfortunately. I'd love to see Núñez bag one or two here. I know I keep saying that every goddamn stream, but it'd be absolutely fantastic if we got him in for a couple. I know other people have been mentioning the likes of Harvey Elliott and the likes of everything like that, and them younger guys getting a goal. I'd love to. You know what I'd love to see? Actually, I'd love to see Joe Gomez get his first goal and be the winner. That's the way I'd like it to be. Oh, come on, Allison, play it out from the back, will you? That's shocking. This is need to work it out better from the back. Arsenal seem to be pushing up and playing a high line. Cheers, Helier, for the starting lineup. Oh, you fucker. There's no way. Oh, Jesus, how did that happen? How in the name of Christ has that happened? That's Ramsdale tried to pull an Allison there with that. Just quick run. Trent caught napping. Konate caught napping. Nobody tracked him back. There was miscommunication between everybody, and only for a terrible last touch. And he made the angle impossible for himself. That's the only reason. That's an early scare for Liverpool, but we move, and hopefully we move on from this, because that's shocking. That is. Come on now, lads, play it out from the back. This is no pussyfooting about the place here. Nice and slow build up. Arsenal don't have the midfield. We have a better midfield on the pitch at the moment. Good turn by McAllister. Good pass to Diaz. Quick turn inside. Well done. Give it outside. Got through. Harvey Elliott on the wing. Go on, give it in. Unlucky. It's all right. Promising from Harvey. There's free kick. Thank you very much for that. It's a great run by Harvey Elliott. Fantastic pass as well from Luis Diaz. Just squeaked through. I'd love to see a goal come from this now. Although I doubt it. Trent and Harvey standing over it. All the big boys in the box. Konate, Núñez, Gakpo. It's a lot of height in that box. Too high. Well over the top. That's shocking. On Trent, you're better than that, man. Shouldn't be putting that out. Arsenal just let it roll out. Ben Off-White in his I don't know how anyone takes that man seriously. He looks like he's just rubbed on a load of fake tan or varnish onto himself before he comes out in the pitch. I guarantee it'll sweat through his jersey and you'll see brown patches on his fucking armpits. Arsenal's midfield frightens you, Helior. It doesn't necessarily frighten me. It is what it is. I don't necessarily think it's all that frightening. Who Arsenal have in field? Bear with me 1 second. I'll get it out here. Arsenal have Rice, Jorginho, and Odegaard. That doesn't frighten me at all. No, not a bit. Not in a bit of it. I don't think Saka hasn't really been all that attacking. I can't see him doing anything in this game. And watch now, commentators jinx now. Watch him get a goal. But realistically, I don't see Saka doing anything in particular in this game. He's a dribble merchant that goes out to the corner flag and tries to work his way back in. And anybody that considers Saka to be world class is living in dreamland. I don't think he's even close to being world class. I don't even think he's like, for somebody that's considered to be world class, for Diogo Jota to have nearly as many goals and assists on him in the same time frame in the Premier League is absolutely nuts. I think Saka has maybe 15 more overall in their time in the Premier League, I think since like 2017, something like that. So in the space of 6 years, for him and Jota to be equal on production, and people bring the age into it, but for the two of them to be equal on production, I don't see why it's even near debate. But look, it is what it is. Let them have their baby battle with that. I don't necessarily think he's world class. It's a bit of a slow start, but then again, I think both teams are a little bit cautious with a lot of changes and a lot of fitness issues. So hopefully we kind of work our way back into the game. But as it stands at the moment, bit of a slow start. I wouldn't necessarily rate anybody other than Harvey Elliott, really, to be honest with you, with how he's performed in the game so far, just with that great run and an attempt to cross. Anyway, winning the free kick, that's probably been the only progressive bit that we've had so far. But that's a chip shot by Arsenal there, completely missed. Nothing really going there. Need to get tighter defensively on the outside of the box, though. We're leaving an awful lot of them open. I'm leaving way too much space there. I'm not a fan of that. Not a fan of that at all. Arsenal corner here now with Saka about to take it. Again, watch commentators curse now. He'll get something here. But I doubt it. I really, really doubt it. I think he's useless. I've never rated him myself. Nothing came of it. Bit of a scare in the box, but nothing realistically came of it. I'm not enjoying how much possession they're having in our final third, but Diaz trying to dribble out with it, fucks it up completely. Now they're back on the attack again with a quick counter. Get out to him, close him out. Great save by Alisson. That's a fantastic save. That's a beautiful save. Go on now. Diaz out in the left wing. It's still a bit of a slow build-up. I'm not enjoying this. I have a feeling if we keep playing like this, we're going to concede first. But that was a fantastic save by Alisson. Whipped into his right and he just sort of parries it away, kind of softens the blow, but is able to smother it then. Fantastic save by Alisson. Oh, come on, stop pussyfooting about with the ball and get it out. There we go. That's beautiful. Back to Alisson again. Plenty of time. Now find a person. Helio, I believe it's knife crime in London. So no red out or no more red, I believe, is the name of the I don't know if it's a charity or a movement or an organization, but it's an organization against knife crime in the centre of London. So obviously Liverpool are wearing their third kit, the one that I'm wearing, as a show of respect and a mark of respect for that as well, instead of wearing our normal red jerseys. So it's a bit of a collaboration in that sense. That'll be the reason why, as far as I'm aware. But so far it's kind of been all Arsenal, which worries me a little bit. Hopefully this doesn't continue. We kind of play our way into the game, but with how much rest is there, I can imagine how much rest is going to be there between games. I can see a lot of subs being used. Nunes getting that. That's a free kick. How is that not a free kick? Yeah, there we go. Like playing advantage. Saka sat down now. What the fuck is wrong with him? This is a save by Alisson. What a save. Havertz just tries to whip it in. No real power behind it, realistically, looking at it. But I suppose it was more of a run-of-the-mill save for Alisson, but it looks like it's more impressive if it's any other goalkeeper. Saka down currently. He's back up. He's all right. Get up. Bit of contact in the back of his heel, my arse. To be fair, Diaz did step on him a little bit, but that's not anybody's fault. Do Saka and Rashford have the same hairdresser? Because it looks like it. I'm not enjoying this playing out from the back. All of this, like it's very condensed, and I'm not a fan of it. I get it that it's needed at certain points, but Arsenal seem to be pushing up an awful lot. Maybe that's part of the game plan to play them in and try and get them pushed up. Now we're after losing the ball immediately. This is an absolute joke. Oh my god, how did they miss that? Off the bar. Oh my Jesus Christ! Get the fucking ball out. Oh. How in the name of God have Arsenal not scored there? And Gomez giving the ball away. We need to stop pussyfooting about and stop playing out from the back and start launching balls over the top to Nunes and start actually pinning them back a little bit. No Kelleher, no. I reckon the Carabao Cup will be his job. His job next week against Fulham. But as it stands at the moment, when you're playing a team like Arsenal like that, and Alisson has been playing the best football of the season so far, it's something that you probably need to do. Need to keep him in the team realistically. It's been all Arsenal so far. I haven't seen any bit of a tap of a Liverpool attack other than Harvey Elliott's dribble on the right hand side that won him a free kick. But outside of that, I don't necessarily see anything. Very much sort of slow start and pray. That's not a free kick. Come away from yourself. Jesus Christ. Fall over in your own box and it's a free kick. Just taps him on the back and has a... Oh, Jesus, get away. That's not a free kick. Those misses from Arsenal are worse than anything you've seen from Nunes. That's 100% right. I don't disagree with that at all. And that's a very hard tackle on Diaz. It's just after happening there. This seems to be a bit of a chippy game. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it, but like I'm not enjoying the fact that it's all Arsenal at the moment. And I mean, it's a hard tackle, but it's a fair tackle. Ben Off-White again, making himself known. Saka got absolutely drilled as well in that sequence of play. But I'd like to see him start next game as well. But it's realistically, I think it's a fitness issue for him at the moment. I think purely it's just a fact of game congestion. When everything starts to open back up again at the end of January, start of February, and when we maybe have a signing or two that'll allow us to rest a little bit more, I think that'll be that. How did they miss it? So first of all, great slide tackle by Kanate to save that, and then how did they hit the crossbar there? That's bonkers to me, realistically. And I guess so. You can call it that as a reason why, because we're the luckiest, probably is the best way to go about it. But yeah, looking a little bit sluggish to start the game, and I'm not too happy about that, if I'm being perfectly honest. Hopefully we kind of grow into it, but maybe not. Yeah, it's just Arsenal seem to then be when we're on the attack, then they seem to put everybody in behind the ball. Like there's all 11 men are in Arsenal's half at the moment. That's a free kick, straight shove in the back. Like, don't be shaking your hand at that, Rice. Fucking hate him. Not because I'm Irish, but there's other reasons too. He's a pompous little dope. Elliott losing the ball there, shouldn't have lost it. It's all right, got it back. Great win back by Nunes and Jones there. Great work rate. Come on. Harvey Elliott. Curtis Jones. Trent. Curtis Jones again. Nearly worked. It was a nice work play, but obviously just broke down, unfortunately. But maybe slowly starting to come into the game. Maybe the idea behind this was to just purely let Arsenal play into it, realistically. But as it stands at the moment, I'm not overly impressed by it. Liverpool are all over Arsenal the first 10 minutes, and it's been seen all over social media as well, all over Arsenal. That's a horrible touch by Nelson. Nelson's been their most attacking player so far as well. Obviously, Havertz had the shot on target, but realistically, Nelson's been the most threatening so far. He had that breakaway in the first couple of minutes. Núñez doing well to hold off there. It's just really slow build up. Great pass in. Diaz back out to Harvey Elliott. Gakpo again, nice little triangle working there. Oh, miscommunication there. It's all right, good recovery. But Arsenal are in control of this game, realistically. I'm shocked they're not 2-0 up at this stage or 3-0 up at this stage. They could have been. First of all, with two sitters, one of them on the first breakaway and then being played into the box, nobody in the goal, and then just straight off the crossbar. It's just over a quarter of an hour gone, and Arsenal are in full control of this game. There's no real threat from Liverpool at all. There's a couple of through balls being played, but that's about it. Great cut out there by Kwanzaa. McAllister with the ball now. Lads, a bit of urgency. This is shockingly slow. Like, I know we have a slow build-up normally and we like to break teams down with possession, but I think you need to go at this Arsenal team. We seen it when they came back and scored against us the first time with Gabriel and that header. We went straight after them. And we ended up getting the Mo Salah goal, and it's one of them, unfortunately. Yeah, I think Pep Linders has to realise that Gakpo isn't a midfielder. I don't know what he's doing playing him there. Earlier I was saying that they're very slow on the build-up. They are, of course. I don't know why it's this slow on the build-up, if it's strategy or if it's just purely what it is. But yeah, that's it's a nice noise in the stadium, though. I can slightly hear it. That's a great pass by Harvey Elliott. I don't know why Gakpo was playing in the midfield. He'd be better off in the 9 and put Núñez out to the wing and let Harvey Elliott play in the middle. Play behind the front three. He'd be fantastic there. But again, now Arsenal sitting with 11 men behind the ball. Maybe it's just they're trying to play it's hilarious that they're trying to play a low block. Come on, Kanate, get rid of it. Back to Alisson again. This is a joke. Like, this is just. Yeah, this is all Arsenal. I'm shocked they're not up by 1 or 2 already. Just no control over the game so far. Why are you, Jones? What are you doing going up that far up the pitch? There's no need for you to be sat up beside Núñez. Like, why are you up there? We were asking it in stream the last time, like, who would we miss more, Endo or Salah? And to be honest with you, as a standing so far, I think we miss Endo a little bit more, purely because he brings so much stability into that midfield. And everyone thought it would have been Salah, and rightly so, because of his goal scoring ability and his creativity and his playmaking. But I genuinely think that we'd miss Endo more purely from the stability that he brings to the midfield, and it's kind of shown in this. Like, Jones and McAllister are firing up, and Diaz seems to be dropping back in. McAllister's now gone up past Núñez. Like, I don't know what kind of a way we're trying to press these. It's maybe this is it, Helior. It's like we're waiting to attack them on the break and just letting them play a high line of a press against us, and then doing it that way. But like, it's just, I'm not going to lie, it's a very boring game so far. But hopefully it picks up, or hopefully something happens, because, oh Jesus, lads, Gomez, what are you doing? That's shocking communication between a left back and a centre back. As promising as I thought it would be at the start of the game, I think the first goal of this will probably open up the game an awful lot more. But I don't see it coming from Liverpool anytime soon. As a ball played over the top there into Nelson. Nothing really coming of it. Nothing coming of Saka either. Odegaard out there on the right, back in again. Again, we've seen it. Both teams seem to be playing a very similar play style, but Arsenal seem to be a little bit more threatening in their attack, purely because I think like we've sat 11 men behind the ball there, similarly to how Arsenal have sat 11 men behind the ball. But yeah, it's not a promising start to our game anyway. But look, 20 minutes gone, nearly a third of the game gone, and it's been fine. Arsenal haven't threatened outside of 2 incidents, but realistically, other than that, we've been fairly defensively solid. So one would hope and assume that trend continues. Great turn by Trent. Oh my days. Go on. Run with it. That's it. Drives the ball up the pitch. Núñez played in. That's fucking... Oh, too high. Oh, it's way too high. That's just... How? Like, he gets a free header and he just misses it completely. Like, it is what it is. But look, it's starting to look a little bit more promising for Liverpool, thankfully. Like, Arsenal have 7 attempts to Liverpool's 1 on target. It's just... Oh. Nah, goal kick. Thought there might have been a penalty shout there, but no, goal kick. Anything? Nah, just fell over. Yeah, Hellier is, as you mentioned here, like it really absolutely no impact on the game whatsoever. Like 0 shot. I mean, if you count Núñez's header as a shot, that's 1 shot and 1 not on target. But still, it's almost as if Arsenal are trying to play the Liverpool way of pressing and everything. But it's slow, but at the same time, it's still 0-0 and we haven't conceded, so you can't really complain about that either. Núñez has some pace on him. Oh my days. He should terrify centre-backs, realistically. Harvey Elliott now down the right-hand side. Quick jump. Not a decent enough delivery. It's a very slow build-up of a game. I know we keep saying it, I feel like a broken record at this point, but doesn't seem to be anything really happening. Good free kick earned there by Gakpo. Also, it's fine for Jorginho to just tell the ref to fuck off, but yeah, and put on the jersey and then just goes and moans about it to the referee. Give him a yellow card. You can't. We've seen worse be handed for worse. That's absolutely nuts that he's let away with that. That's hilarious. How has he been let away with that? We're here trying to sort out this dissent in the game, and you have players like that just telling the ref to fuck off, basically, like roaring it at him and just nothing. Guarantee if that was a Liverpool player, though, that'd be a yellow card. But we've seen it happen already this season. There's no point in going into it. Great delivery, unfortunate. Didn't come of anything, I'm afraid. Ramsdale collected that fairly cleanly. But yeah, it's been a fairly boring first half so far. 25 minutes gone. Only real attacking output has come from Arsenal. Liverpool haven't really been threatening at all. Núñez had a bit of a free header, but kind of scuffed it a little bit wide. Other than that, there's been nothing going on. Which is a shame, really, because I think a lot of people came into this expecting some fireworks, considering how the last game finished. But you'd think even if this game keeps going the way it's going, Arsenal are going to win this game. They've all the control of this game. 7 shots as opposed to 1 shot on target, or 7 shots in total as opposed to 1 shot for Liverpool so far in 25 minutes. We've gone from having 30 odd shots a game now to 1 in 25 minutes, which is a little bit worried. As Halier mentions, we need to go all in, as Klopp mentioned, but he's seen pub games with more intensity than that. I think bring on Trey Neone. Why not? 16-year-old kid sitting on the bench. He might come on and actually put a bit of fight into the team. It'll be good to see him in it, but yeah, it's a funny one. Arsenal here now in a break. Nelson out on the left. Weak shot by Saka. Not surprising considering. And was there an offside? Not Konate down injured with a hit to the face, it looks like. Well, looks like centre back might be needed. But that's absolutely nuts. How did he get hit there? I didn't see that. It's a good pass inside. It's a terrible connection from Saka. Arsenal have been very poor up front, and to be honest, we're lucky that they hit the bar. But yeah, they've been very poor up front. Like they've been poor. Like I think both teams have actually been very poor, realistically. But yeah, it's a very slow game. There's not an awful lot to report on this. Alisson tempting fate a little there. Diaz playing with a good bit of fire in him. How is that a freak? Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, I don't even know what's a free kick and what's not a free kick anymore, to be perfectly honest with you. It's such a weird thing. Like, Arsenal haven't been great either, but like we've been abysmal. If we were playing at the top of our form right now, we'd be 1 or 2 up, realistically. But I think it's more. I think both teams are being a bit cautious, and just both teams are kind of like playing a chess match rather than trying to go all out. And I think more so what Klopp meant by going all out is like putting out a stronger side than some would expect, rather than having a load of youngsters start. I reckon a couple of the youngsters start next week against Fulham, and we put out sort of a semi-strength squad. That's a great cut out there by Gomez. Arsenal again on the attack, and it's relentless at this point. Like, there's going to be a break where they get one, and I can see it coming. It's just that there's a deflection there. Good clearance by Trent. Nice to see Konate up and going again. That's a great turn. How? Jesus, get it out. For the love of God. That should be advantage, but obviously because it was a Liverpool player that got injured, it's not. But we move nonetheless. Harvey Elliott now playing CDM with how he's positioned on the pitch, which is why I don't know why he's there. Oh, come on, lads. Let's start moving the ball. This is abysmal. Like, just such slow build-up. It's almost like we still haven't gotten off the bus. A possession lost, CDM role, and how of Arsenal? This is... How Arsenal have yet to score is an absolute anomaly. Like, McAllister should have been fouled there. That should have been a foul on McAllister. I don't know why Odegaard passed that off. He should have taken the shot himself. And then it's just a weak shot from Havertz then. Again, I don't think he's any power in that left leg at all. And if he's left-footed, that's even funnier. So he doesn't seem to have any power in it at all. Just doesn't seem to be any sort of urgency about us at all. It's actually quite shocking. Third of the game gone and just nothing. Claims for a handball there against Liverpool out near the sideline, but nothing doing there. as far as I'm aware. May get called back, but nothing seems to be happening yet. Come on, lads, come on. He puts his hands up to prevent the ball going straight at his face after a fucking foot comes in with studs up. Like, it's not a handball on Trent at all. I don't know what anybody's thinking about thinking that's a handball. Yeah, it's Virgil is ill at the moment. That's why he's not in the squad. But to be honest, I'd nearly rest him for Fulham and then give him all the time of the rest before we come back and play in the league again on the 21st. But it sucks not having him in the squad. But I think Kwanzaa will actually do a decent job in that position, especially with Konate beside him. He plays well with Virgil beside him. I think he played just as well with Konate beside him as well. I think that's probably the biggest compliment that you can give to the player, realistically, is that you don't miss the player he replaces. And that's not to say that the player that he's replacing is bad, like Virgil van Dijk, but you don't seem to miss him. You still have that faith in that back line, and it's an interesting one. But yeah, dead quiet game so far. I don't know what's going on here with how this is going to turn out, but from my look at it so far, and if I was to guess, I think this could end in a 0-0 draw. We might have a replay because neither team seems to be clinical enough going forward. Liverpool haven't really gotten any shots off, and Arsenal just can't seem to hit a barn door with a shovel. Somewhat promising attack here with Liverpool now at the moment. We've the ball up near in their final third. Harvey Elliott fighting hard for the ball. Oh, come on, get a foot in there. Well done by Diaz. Good take by Gomez. Great pass. Nunes on the left wing. That's well done by Nunes. Great protection of the ball. That's it. Keeps him in that corner. Well won back by Jones. Oh, that's a free kick. Ben Off-White again. At it as usual with his fake tan. And that should be a yellow card as well. Jesus, Ben, spend a little bit less time on the sunbeds. Jesus Christ. Great turn by Jones. And that's 100% impeding. That has to be a yellow card. There's no way it couldn't be. Is he not giving him? Ah. That's just, it's Ben White surely getting pissed for getting dribbled by so easily by Jones. I've never rated him at all. I think he's useless. I think Ben White's absolutely useless. I've never once rated him. He's just there. He's there. That's it. But yeah, it's free kick in a dangerous area here. Hopefully we can make something come from this. I think Ben White looks like a villain in a Disney movie. Like, he does. He absolutely does. He looks like he genuinely. Do you know what he looks like? He looks like Gaston from Wish. It's exactly what Ben White looks like. He's just covered in fake tan. Just I can't suffer him. He just looks like he wants to be out on the beach in Benidorm rather than at a football match, and probably that's where he spends most of the off season. But I think he's useless. Liverpool's starting to look a little bit more threatening, but every time I say that, it seems like we kind of retreat back into our own shell. It was a great turn by Jones to get past Ben White, and Ben White just kind of shoves him to the ground. But outside of a couple of sparing moments, there's really been nothing going on for Liverpool, which is shocking considering. Like, we're not like that's great. Well done by McAllister. Jones doing very well to keep the ball and win the ball there. Unfortunately, lost it though. That ball's way too far. And he's offside. Good luck to you, Havertz. You've wasted fucking £65 million. How you cost £65 million is absolutely beyond me. I don't know how you cost that. That's a joke. How far is it? Oh, he's a mile offside. Jesus. Absolute mile offside. There's no even question on that. But yeah, it's I've never seen a more miserable commentator than Alan Shearer. Maybe he's just annoyed that we tweeted out that his team celebrated an FA Cup final appearance. Imagine having oil money and still being a shit team. Imagine having oil money and still being a shit team. That's Newcastle. And I'll hear no different about it. Saka, again, doing absolutely nothing from the right wing, which is a start. How did he, that's shocking from Jones to let him get in there. But yeah, Newcastle, shite with money, shite without money, just shite. I don't know how anybody rates that team. They've nobody other than another routine save for Alisson there again. Declan Rice. I know, Hellier, I know. Like, he just seen Saka's. If you've watched the Arsenal games this season, now maybe he was different last season. Didn't really watch an awful lot of Arsenal games last season, but watching them this season, I'm waiting for this Saka that everybody keeps raving on about. He just sits he dribbles the ball to the corner to try and dribble it back in again. And for somebody who's this absolute star boy, it's fairly funny that Darwin Núñez is like an assist or two off him in the playmaker races so far. Darwin Núñez has 6 assists, and he has 2 less than Mo Salah. Now, in fairness, Salah has a gaggle of goals on top of it, but still, this is just, what a save. Ben Off-White coming at it again, making a save out of Alisson. I don't like Alisson with the haircut that he has at the moment. I prefer him with his curly hair, a bit like myself. That's a great save by Alisson. Quick reactionary save. The lads don't seem at the races at all in this. This is just meh. Probably the best way to describe this. But yeah, Hellier, as you said, he's not, Saka's not at any sort of a world class level. He's a decent player. He's a decent winger, but because he's English and he plays in London, I guess they just absolutely suck the life out of him. That's a free header. How did Havertz miss that? If Núñez missed that, everybody would be having his throat. I have a feeling this is just going to be a 1-0 game, lads. But yeah, Alan Shearer's commentary is absolutely abysmal. All these little digs left and right. It's just, it's funny the way that I look at it. $12 shots as opposed to 1 for Liverpool versus Arsenal. This is... Oh, don't tell me that's fucking Kwanzaa gone down there now. Oh, you're joking me. Don't tell me it's him gone. I mean, what other signal do you need for the team to go and get a centre back? I don't think it's anything serious. I want to watch it again. Oh, I seen that. He kind of his knee kind of locked. That's not nice. Looks a little bit painful, but I think he should be okay. Yeah, I think he's grand. Just a little bit of painkiller on. I think he'd be all right. He used to go off now for 30 seconds, but it is what it is. Yeah, he'll be back on. I don't think there's an issue there realistically, but as it stands at the moment, like we could ill afford to lose another centre back realistically. Oh yeah, no, everybody making fun of Liverpool for trying to get the crowd up, but here we have Arsenal players and Arteta begging for it twice, and nobody bats an eye at that at all. But sure, look, let them shout and roar into their own empty room. At least if something is to occur with Kwanzaa and we want to get him off and maybe have a look at it. Oh my God, Saka, get up! That's shocking. A gust of wind would knock you over. That's absolutely abhorrent. I'm sorry. Like that, I'm so sorry, Saka. That is absolutely abysmal. Like McAllister's looking like he fell. Like, what did he do? Oh my days. Let me see this. He just ran straight. Oh, get up. Get up, you absolute wuss. Ben off. He just stands and just body checks him, and Saka crumples like a bag of spuds. Oh, stop complaining. Fuck off. Don't be at that. Like, there's no point in you just moaning about that when you crumple to the ground like that after running into a person. Jesus, talk about begging for a penalty, and people give out about any Liverpool players diving. That's shocking. That's absolutely shocking. That's a free kick. Yeah, there was contact there by Gomez. That's a free kick. Helier, as you mentioned, Chambers is on the bench, and Gomez will move into the centre defence alongside Kanate. But realistically, that is not what you want in this game. It's one of them things that you just don't want to happen in this game. It's you'd rather keep as much of a strength of a squad out there as possible. Nunes on the breakaway here. Nothing doing. Ramsdale comes out and clears it up. But yeah, it's worrying. Just lack of urgency is very worrying. It's a great pass by Trent. Oh my days. Oh Jesus, lads. This again, Arsenal are absolutely shocking in front of goal, and I thought we were bad. Havertz again. Havertz is getting gifted chances left, right, and centre, and he's taking none of them. Genuinely shocking how much of a difference there is. That's just a little bit too high for Diaz, unfortunately. Havertz is absolutely abysmal. 65 million for that. Like, Jesus. Look, at the end of the day, the way that I look at it is we have a small little Portuguese man sitting on the bench waiting to come on in the 88th minute and bag a winner. That's the way that I look at it. So we can always count on him. He is the new Divock Origi. That's a handball. Go on, play it out now. Beautiful. Well done. Great turn by Gakpo there. Fantastic. Drives the ball on. Give it out to the side. Yeah, beautiful. Oh! How? Oh, Jesus, Trent. Oh, my days. What a shot. Oh, Ramsdale had no hope of saving that at all. Swerved it out of the right side of the boot, up, off. That was half a foot lower. That would have been absolutely beautiful. Oh, my days. Clearly, you've seen on Twitter earlier with Trent with a crossbar challenge, but I think he was trying it again today. My God. That's fantastic by Trent. Unfortunate, but we're looking a little bit more threatening now. I'm enjoying this. With all the added minutes of the red cards caused by the new rules, it's quite surprising that Klopp is risking all these players in a tournament that is less valued than one match in a Champions League. I mean, I get that, but at the same time, Hellier, we're not in a Champions League, and you want to try and win as much silverware as possible. And realistically, Liverpool going out in the third round of the FA Cup is just not acceptable. Going out in the semis, going out in the quarterfinal, I can understand that. You've made it that far in the competition, but going out in the third round of an FA Cup, no. Third round of there's 7 or 8 rounds in an FA Cup, it's not acceptable. No matter what year we were in it, even in the bad years prior to Klopp joining us, going out in the third round was never acceptable. That's just my view on it. But realistically, so far, been a very abysmal first half. We've started to come into it. It's a shame that halftime is coming now in a few minutes, because we really seem to be going at Arsenal, and Arsenal maybe have seemed to hit a wall a little bit. We started finding our attack and stride, but it is what it is. It's just unlucky. Hopefully, if we get a goal here now before halftime, that'll be absolutely magical. But realistically, yeah, this does have Diogo Jota written all over it. Just slot him in for pull it. I don't know who you take out from though. Realistically, maybe take out Gakpo because he's not a midfielder. But yeah, maybe. How is that a free kick? Oh my fucking days! How is that a free kick? Oh, get up. Shoulder on shoulder, and he just crumples. Like, that's absolutely shocking. Oh, and they moaned about Liverpool play. They moaned about Diogo Jota diving. Like, that's more egregious than that. Diogo Jota had actual contact on the back of his ankle from an elbow coming down from a keeper. Whereas Havertz just got bullied off the ball and fell. That's a joke. That's an absolute joke. Havertz, the ragdoll, is probably the best description you could give him. 65 million for a man that just falls over. And there we have halftime. Nice to see us coming back into it in the first half. Towards the end of it, we're 0-0. It's the way you want it, realistically. You couldn't really ask for much more than that. Well, you could ask for us to be up, but 0-0 at halftime is something that you'd be very happy with, realistically. I'm going to see if there's anything here. Statman Dave, pull up anyone in the first half by the numbers. Let's have a look here and see if anything comes up from him. But it's 0-0. Halftime is what it is. It's one of them, but yeah, it's shocking. Apparently, as well, just a little bit of transfer room news. Kylian Mbappe is unimpressed by Real Madrid's attempt to push him into signing a pre-contract agreement this once. He wants to explore a range of options, including a possible switch to the Premier League as a free agent. And that will be discussed later on in the post-game stream. Make sure that you're there to watch that, because that will be absolutely brilliant to watch. And it's not really shocking, considering there was reports that they were offering less money than what they were offering previously. And I'm like, that's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see how that works out for them. Because realistically, if he turned down the first offer and now you're going to offer him less money, maybe more incentives, but less upfront money. Like, he's losing about 80 million in loyalty bonuses already from moving from PSG as a free agent in the summer. So you got to make sure that he's a fat signing bonus. And I think Nike are going to do an absolute wonder on this. If again, Hellier, I understand, like, massive sign-on fee, but you have the key Nike athlete in football, and you also have a team that has a key Nike athlete in basketball with LeBron James. Could very, very easily swindle something there. And as you mentioned, neither side will want to draw. So it'll be interesting to see how both managers approach the second half, but it's likely to keep one eye, it's likely to be one to keep an eye on regardless. Apologies, misspoke on that one a lot. Yeah, I to be honest with you, this game isn't ending in a draw. I've seen how Liverpool have come in, but yeah, it's Liverpool have kind of started to hit their stride now. So hopefully they go for it. I'd like to. I genuinely myself, I'd like to see more of Gakpo move into the middle, Diaz and on the left and Nunes on the right, and let Nunes play on the wing, because he made immediate impact on the wing the last time he played there and assisted Mo Salah. I think there'll be halftime adjustments here. Maybe not in personnel, but definitely in system and how they're going to play and how they're going to approach the game. So hopefully now we see that going forward. But as it is at the moment, there's not an awful lot to report on. But yeah, it's unfortunate that Trent shot didn't go in. It was a fantastic shot on the just on the outside of the box. Ramsdale was beat. There was no way he wasn't beat. That ball was going straight past him. Yeah, the bench is very weak, Hellier. It really is very weak at the moment. But realistically, I'm not the maddest about it. Look, it is what it is. There's not a lot that you can do about it, unfortunately. Look, we're missing players through AFCON. We're missing players through injury. Szoboszlai is a little bit injured at the moment. He's going to miss this game and the next game more than likely. And yeah, it is what it is. It's unfortunate, but look, you have to play with the cards you're given, I'm afraid, and we can't really moan about it. If it's not a wake up sign for FSG to start purchasing players in this January window, I really don't know. I really don't know who we would get. I'd love to get the likes of an Inacio, or even a Hincapi, but I think that's even Lenny Euro. I know he's been quoted for 78 million, but that's nuts. Like, that's nuts for an 18-year-old. Today, looking at the bench, I actually miss players like Owen Beck and Nat Phillips. I think they'd add depth, but there's not a lot that can be done about it at the moment. But look, it'd be hilarious if after this game we beat Arsenal and we get a Fabrizio Romano of, here we go, Kylian Mbappe to Liverpool. It'd be pretty funny in my opinion. But yeah, there's not a lot going on at the moment. We started to grow into it a little bit towards the end of the first half. So Alisson in his first half, by the numbers I have them here, 86% pass accuracy, like a keeper having 30 touches in a half. Alisson, Hellier, I think, would be the best player so far. 86% passes, 30 touches, 18 to 21 passes, 5 saves, 2 saves, some shots outside the box. That save against Havertz was probably the biggest save he had to make. Outside of that, I don't see any other one. If you've one or anybody else in the chat has somebody that they want to put in as their player of the match so far, please do so. And if you haven't already done so, please make sure to like and subscribe. We're nearly at 10,000 subscribers, so please try and help us hit that goal in the next couple of weeks. Hopefully we'll try and hit it before the end of the January transfer window, which should be all good. But then again, also have your notifications on for all future streams and videos so that you don't miss out on anything, as we are here with the watch along for the Liverpool and Arsenal FA Cup third round clash. But yeah, apparently Spurs are looking into the cost of bringing in Jordan Henderson, which would be hilarious. To be honest, he deserves that, playing in a shite club like that. But grass isn't always greener, Hendo, is it? Realistically, with how you've gone about. Salah just made an absolutely wonderful assist in the past half an hour for Egypt. That was a fantastic assist. But look, it's 0-0. The only positives we can really look at it in relation to that. And what's funny about it as well is we just tweeted it, but like Alan Shearer's commentary, if Liverpool players were flopping about like that, like he'd be moaning about it left, right, and centre. And he's just mad that his team, even with oil money, is still shit and ignores passes by Trent and Kwanzaa. But like Saliba makes 1, 2, or 3 yard pass and he goes up, he's just wanking himself silly under the table, like and goal saving challenge by Ibrahimovic. Oh my god. Ibrahima Konate when Arsenal hit the bar. No mention of that whatsoever as well. He's just Sky Sports. That's all. That's all you can say about it. Realistically, it's just it's Sky Sports commentary, and it's absolutely shocking. There's not a lot more you can say about it, really. It's just one of them things. Unfortunately, but look, half time as it is at the moment, Liverpool 0, Arsenal 0. It's not a lot more that you can ask for that. But yeah, it's just look. I suppose Gary Lineker's no better, really, is he? But just looking, I'm just have a look through Twitter now before we jump back in for the second half and just see if there's anything at all. Also, to the Liverpool graphic designer that does the lineups every time, stop putting them in numerical bloody order. For the love of God, please stop putting them in numerical order. Put them in positional order. For the love of God, having us starting trying to work out where the feck everybody's playing is absolutely nuts. Oh, stop! I can't get over it. It's silly. Like it's silly. But watching the highlights of the Forest game here now, that was a great game. Forest and Blackburn. But still, it's just I'm still shocked at that Ben White tackle, and I say Ben White tackle where Ben White basically threw Curtis Jones to the ground is not a yellow card. Like, how is it not a yellow card? That's silly, completely silly. Like it's. Oh. Does anybody else have any other best players in the first half? Realistically, I don't. My opinion is only one of them. Like I think it was Alan, Allison, Alan. It was Alan, yeah, Alan in goals. Allison, obviously, I purely think that he was the best player on the pitch for us. I don't think Arsenal had any standouts either. It's just they were what they were realistically. But yeah, I'm shocked that West Ham drew to Bristol. That was a bit of a shock. I know Wrexham went through as well, so that was a decent result for them. Oh, that's a terrible way to concede a goal. That's a terrible way to concede a goal for Shrewsbury Town. That's nah. That's shocking. Just took a deflection as it was being nearly tried to pass into the net. The keeper would have had it only for the deflection as well, which is really, really, really annoying. But look, it is what it is. Hopefully now we start this second half and we get out of it. Luton Town and Bolton drew. Man City 5-0 against Huddersfield. Shock surprise there. Nottingham Forest 2, Blackpool 2, Peterborough 0 and Leeds United 3. So far the results that I've seen. But yeah, it's... hopefully the first half is a little bit more exciting than the second half. Oh, I fucking hate Alan Shearer. What a little shit, like. He's just so mad that Newcastle are the absolute dogs. Helio mentioning here, Arsenal 13 shots, 2 big chances, expected goals of 1.3 in the first half. There should have at least been a couple of goals in the lead. There should have been, but I think this expected goals is a little bit of an overblown stat. I think people actually pay too much mind to it than it actually is. I think it's like it's a predictive thing rather than it predicted what they should have had, but their performance, and obviously it's a nothing stat in my own opinion. And as you mentioned, like, he's 1.3 expected goals, but Alisson has been barely tested. Like, so it's again, it's a nothing stat. It's just one of them that just realistically I don't pay much mind to. Like, it's a good thing to look back on and predict trends. Like the Liverpool game that we played against Arsenal, 7 expected goals in that game from us. You could see that we could have scored even 12 in that game, but just lack of clinical finishing unfortunately left it to the amount that we did get. And it's just one of them things. To finish either scoring 4 when you have 7 expected, I'm not going to argue with that at all. But then again, if you have 30 something shots on goal, you'd be expected to at least get a gaggle of them. But look, 3 points is 3 points. I'll take 3 points anyway they come, realistically. I'd love to batter Alan Shearer, honestly. Just punch the face of him. He's so, I'd wonder, like, who would be the commentator out of the pundits, like, who'd have the most punchable face? Realistically, I think it's I definitely think it's Alan Shearer. To be perfectly honest with you, he's just such an annoying person. Gary Neville too, actually, is another one. You can tell that there's such blatant bias between all of them. Hey, Hellier, two of us at the same time. You can tell that there's such a blatant bias on them. Like, you shouldn't have former players as commentators. Pundits, yes, absolutely, no problem. They have an invaluable insight into the game that most of us people wouldn't have, because they've been there and they've done that and they've worn that t-shirt. But as commentators, like, I can't suffer some of them. Gary Neville is one. Alan Shearer is another. There's a couple of others. Martin Tyler's one as well that I just can't suffer anymore because of his bias. But he's not even an ex-footballer. But like Gary Neville, you could see it in the Newcastle game. The second we went up 2-1, he went quiet for a good solid 10 minutes. It's a joke, realistically. Yes, J-Muse, we are on for a little bit of a watch along, but we will also be on later on as well. I'll be doing the post-game stream too, so feel free to stick around for that. Feel free to stick around if you're watching the game too. Up to yourself, but it's been a fairly chill stream so far, J-Muse. It's only a couple of us here watching, but yet myself and Helly are having a good back and forth over this. But yeah, it's... Someone's after said to me, I'm going to tweet this out and everybody can have a look at this on the Twitter, because that is absolutely priceless. That is genuinely hilarious. I'm going to save that now. But we are just about to get ready for the second half here of this game, and yeah, let's hope the Liverpool press continues. But yeah, it should be good. I mean, we've Gomez in at left back, but again, you don't want to be starting the likes of Luke Chambers in a game like this. I mean, he may come on and pull a Kwanzaa and be absolutely fantastic, but at the same time, you wouldn't want to stress that out and try and even chance that realistically. But yeah. It was all Arsenal for a majority of that game in the first half too. But I listening to Alan Shearer on the commentary as well just made my blood boil. I just can't suffer him. Rumours of Bruno Guimaraes as well leaving Newcastle as well. PSG want to pay the 100 million fee for him, so that could be Newcastle even down again. Like, maybe they could bring in Gibbs White. But realistically, it's just, yeah, 100 million for him. I wouldn't pay that. 100 million for Bruno Guimaraes. Don't even think he's worth half that. He's just a big lumbering dope that runs around the pitch. To be perfectly honest with you, it's yeah, I wouldn't be at that. Yeah, like, look, I think it's kind of relaxed a little bit because I think honestly we have Simicast and we have Robbo coming back in the next 2 to 3 weeks, so I don't think they're overtly concerned about it. I still think they need to purchase one purely with Joel Matip being out, and we're not going to have another one. And once everybody's back fit again, let's say we've everybody back fit tomorrow, 2 injuries and we're back in the same place again. And who's to say that 2 injuries couldn't happen? It's not as if it's out of the realm of possibility. We've seen it happen. Kanate has his moments where he can get injured and be out for a couple of weeks. Hopefully Kwanzaa's knee thing doesn't come back up again. But Jamie, as you mentioned, 100 million is the new 50 million. It's a joke, realistically. Like, I suppose 100 million isn't really much to PSG, but at the end of the day, that's silly money to have. But yeah, Kai Havertz has 5 attempts in the first half. Saka had 2. We had only 2 as a full team, and Reece Nelson had 3. That's nuts. And not one of the attempts that Kai Havertz had looked in any way, shape, or form threatening. But hopefully we can keep the positive momentum moving forward that we ended the first half with. PSG gets all its money from Saudi Arabia or Dubai or one of them states, essentially. They're owned by an oil baron. But yeah, it's that's where they get all their money from. But then again, like, realistically, who else are they competing with in the French league? The only thing that they really care about is the Champions League. Like, PSG not winning the French league and winning Liga is honestly an absolute travesty for them, and they should hang their heads in shame if they don't win it, considering it's a farmers league. It's only them. Like, it's them and nobody else. Nobody else has the funds to be able to compete with it. Oh, would you come off it? That's not a free kick. Jesus Christ. That's absolutely shocking. And Hellier mentioned Chelsea are valuing Conor Gallagher at 80 million. I'm wondering if they believe that the rest of the world is deluded as they are. I highly doubt it. I highly, highly, highly doubt it. Absolutely highly doubt it. That's great defending by Joe Gomez. Yeah, as you mentioned, Jamie Hughes, great defending. Absolutely fantastic defending by Joe Gomez. Just track Saka back. Like, as myself and Hellier were mentioning earlier on in the stream, that I've been saying that I don't rate Saka at all. I think he's vastly probably one of the most overrated players in the Premier League, and Gomez has practically pocketed him most of the game, and Gomez isn't even a left back. So it's Gomez wanted a shoot. Gomez wanted that one, but it's I've never rated Saka, not in any way, shape, or form. He's there. He runs to the corner flag and tries to run back in again, and maybe gets an assist or two. The fact that Darwin Núñez has nearly as many assists as him in this particular season so far tells you everything. And yeah. Smart by Kwanzaa to head the ball back there. But still, I don't like this playing out from the back at the moment. We don't have... That's good. Now play it out to the wing again. There we go. Beautiful. Just be nice to... like. I'd like to break the deadlock and just get one and then relax. Because this game is way too tight as it is at the moment. That's a tough one because it depends on what Bills team shows up. Realistically, like, the Bills on their day, like, they went and demolished Dallas, and Miami don't seem to be good against teams with a winning record. That's a great pass forward to Diaz. Oh, unlucky. But realistically, it's Diaz, an extra pass there, man. Come on. But to answer your question, Jamie Hughes, it depends, because on their form at the moment, I think the Bills will take it purely because Miami seems to crumble against good teams, and that's why I never really rated them as a decent team. they can't, like, you can only play who's in front of you, but if any of the decent teams that they've played that's in front of them, just they've done nothing realistically. Helier mentioned about Romano tweeting about Wolves have inquired about the loan of Fabio Carvalho. Yeah, I think that has legs. Purely because game time is going to be a major component of it. They need game time guarantees because he done nothing in RB Leipzig, and that's unusual because we usually have a really good repertoire with RB Leipzig. And as much as I'd like to see him in the Liverpool squad, I have a feeling just him and Carvalho, I think, may have just had a falling out. Great turn by Nunes. Oh my God, Jones. Jesus Christ. Darwin Nunes taking on 3 fucking defenders and that's shocking. Oh, Jones, that's absolutely shocking. Way too many chances, like. It's the GMUs, you're 100% correct. Like, way too many chances being wasted here. Even on Arsenal's side, Arsenal have had so many chances and have done nothing with them. Jones is very strong on the ball. He's after taking a couple of hits there. That's fantastically strong. I don't like this playing the ball back. Start moving the ball forward. There's no point. Nunes with a great one in behind. Oh, Nunes. For the love of God, can we just put one away? We're very tight, being offside as well. Absolutely rinsed down the right hand side of that pitch, brought it in. I wonder how close this was. Oh, Jesus. It's maybe a couple of inches away. I mean, you won't get as many assists. That'll be one thing. And I don't understand why referees are giving free kicks for shoulders. Like, it's a shoulder to shoulder. Like that's a dive. That is a dive. So how is that a foul? Like, you can't, like football's a contact sport. Like, just and no more than Saka running into McAllister earlier in the game, just hit him and fell like a crumple. How that's a foul is absolutely nuts. Timo Werner not good enough to play for RB Leipzig and then signs on loan for Tottenham as a cover for Son. Explain that to me. Tottenham are desperate. That's all the explanation you need there, realistically. Tottenham are very desperate. They have nobody to cover. They have nobody if Son goes down, realistically. They've Kulichevsky, obviously. They've Richarlison as well, realistically. But it's a shocker why they've done it, but it's understandable considering how desperate they are. That's nearly a good pass there. It's a good tackle. Nunes should have done better there. Arsenal are just begging for fouls left, right, and centre. Oh my God, what a pass! That was a beautiful pass by Trent. Jesus. It's starting to come alive a bit of this game. Starting to really come alive with this game. Jesus, Alisson, what was that? He's okay, JMUs. I only rate him as okay. He's done nothing. It's fine. He does his job. Jorginho going down again. Jesus. Arsenal players going down more than some fellas in Amsterdam. Mother of God. That's a fantastic tackle. In fairness, that was a great tackle on Núñez. I think you'll find that's Konate. I think Konate is better than Saliba. To be honest with you, I'd even have an argument that Kwanzaa is better than Saliba. And you can come at me about that, but I think he is. I don't think Saliba's all that. This Arsenal team isn't all that, and you can be very easily seen here. Like, how has that been allowed to happen? Jesus Christ. Again, Saka doing absolutely nothing. But that shouldn't have been allowed. That was a training ground free kick. That's just onside. Just onside. This is actually a good decision. Gravenberch to come on. I think that'd be good. Gakpo and Jota. Oh, here we go. Look, we have the winner. We're fine. We're sorted. Diogo Jota is going to get the winner. That's fine. I'm not worried about it. We have this game in hand. We're good. We're all right. We're all safe. Don't worry about it. Look, we can switch off the stream now. We can go home. We know Jota's going to get a goal and win it. Or he's going to contribute in some way, shape, or form to a goal. On the right midfield. Yeah, I don't know why they keep playing him as a midfielder. He's not a midfielder. He really, really, really isn't a midfielder. But so we have Gravenberch coming on, Jota coming on, Gakpo going off, and McAllister going off. They're obviously being rested because they're going to be starting. They're going to be starting on the game against Fulham, and yeah, I have a feeling that's what it's going to be. Jones to the 6 and Gravenberch to the left. So, be interesting to see this now. Hopefully, this works out. Klopp has been very good with his substitutions so far. Arsenal have yet to make any. So hopefully now, I'd like to see Jota go down the middle and let Núñez go out to the right. Yes and no. We're not playing without a 6 if somebody is playing there, but the person that's playing there is not a 6, if that makes sense. But I think you could just make a flat midfield because realistically, I don't think that Arsenal midfield is anything to ring home about. They haven't really done anything at all. They controlled the game in the first 20 minutes, but then nothing since. Other than that chance there that we had a couple of minutes ago with Saka skying it over the bar. Other than that, there's been nothing realistically. But it's an interesting one because just I don't like. Everybody thinks Arsenal are in a title race. I don't think they are. Like, I really don't. They'll fall off. Like, as bad as our depth is at the moment, this is Arsenal all season, and I'm liking this. Jota's down the middle, and Núñez seems to be out to the left. Go pass inside. Oh, Alisson. And Saka again. Jesus, he's absolutely shocking. Alisson with a fantastic save. Took a deflection and he adjusted his body fantastically to get that. Arsenal making some substitutions here now. I mean, they could. This literally looks like us. I think if we snatch a goal here, I don't think Arsenal are being clinical at all. It's a great pass into to Havertz, and it took a deflection. Well done by Alisson to make an adjustment to it. But then Saka, again, just absolutely skies it. No, that's going nowhere. Great tackle by Konate. Fantastic tackle by Konate. I'm liking this. This game is livening up now. I think it'll liven up now for the next half an hour, and that'll be that. But oh, come on, lads. Let's get the ball out and stop fucking about with it. That ball's gone out. That's a goal kick. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, that's it. Complain about it, Odegaard. You're absolutely useless. Absolutely useless. Back with you. Go on. Off with you. I don't know why you're complaining about that either, because it came back off your left foot, and I could have seen that from clear as day, and I'm in the other end of the country. Like, it was out already. Nothing to be moaning about. Jamie Hughes, I'm not even worried about that. Realistically, I'm not even worried about him coming on. Nelson coming off and Martinelli going back on, I'm not worried about that at all. It's shocking how much Odegaard yells at referees and never gets carded for it. I've noticed it. He's been doing it the past couple of games, and he's just nothing, absolutely nothing happening to him. Which in itself is shocking considering. Oh, that was close, Kwanzaa. Jesus. It's a bit of a yo-yo game at the moment. It's very back and forth, like end to end. And I like it, but I'd much rather us be in a little bit more control than what we're showing at the moment. Like, Saka's going to do nothing with this now. Watch it be a commentator's curse. It's going to do absolutely nothing. I don't see anything coming from this attack at all. Again, Saka doing absolutely nothing. I've never seen a team other than United cry so much to the referee. It's an absolute joke. Go on, run, Nunes, run. You Jota out in the left wing, man. Come on. I was just straight at Ramsdale. At least try and test him a little bit, make him move. I can say Arsenal seem to be a bit out in their legs here. Oh, Trent, you beauty. Unlucky. Just a little bit too far for Nunes. Who's that warming up on the bench? Is that Eddie and Kate? Yeah, it looks like it. Yeah. Arteta giving off, as usual. Just can't admit that he's shite. But I seen Arsenal fans somewhere asking the question whether or not they wanted to keep him with 18 months left on his contract as a manager, which I think is the funniest thing in the world. He's been the best manager that you've had, and even though he's shite, he's been one of the best managers that you've had since Arsene Wenger. He's won you your first trophy in the God knows how long. He's in the Champions League. At the moment on our bench, I think Hellier mentioned what our bench was earlier in the stream. Bear with me 1 second. I'll see if I can find it. On the bench, we have Kelleher, Bradley, Chambers, Gravenberch, McConnell, Neoni, Clark, Jordan, and Jota. So we have Gravenberch and Jota on. I'd love to see Trey Neoni come on and score a goal. Could you imagine? 16-year-old kid. That'd be unbelievable. That's 100% a yellow for Saliba. That's an absolute joke. Like, I don't know why you're moaning about it. Like, you held him back. There's nothing more to say about it. I don't know what. Oh. Literally had a hold of his arm with both hands, and you have the neck to complain to the referee about that. That's hilarious. Genuinely, that is hilarious. It's a shame we didn't get to see Beck today, because obviously he's serving a suspension from the Scottish Cup as well, and that for some reason translates over to this. I don't know why, but it does. That was very risky by Alisson there. Jesus. It's nice to see Kwanzaa doesn't seem to be hampered by the knee at all. Just seemed to maybe have been. Oh, what a beautiful pass! Unlucky, Kwanzaa. Come on, no! Don't be up there. I lie. Actually, stay up there. Put you in CDM. That was a fantastic tackle. This is going to cry out for. Oh, nearly. This is crying out for Nunes or Jota to bag a late winner here. That's a shocking cross. Saka comes to nothing again. Saliba is absolutely shitting himself with Diogo Jota there, which is hilarious. So if Diogo Jota is scaring your centre back to death, you probably don't have the best centre back in the world. And that's not a knock on Diogo Jota, because Jota has basically nearly similar career stats in the Premier League to Bukayo Saka. So do with that information what you will. And for anyone that disagrees with that, Saka has played 3,000 more minutes, which works out at 32 games, which is nearly a full season. So he's had an extra season technically in minutes and hasn't done anything with it. Well done by Konate again. That's fantastic. It's all right. He's got cover. He's got cover. Konate's coming over and they're defending really, really, really well. This is getting tasty. Arsenal, that's not a statistic I like you showing before they take a corner. Arsenal have the most goals in the Premier League from corners with 8, and they're about to take a corner now. And I don't like this at all. Nothing coming from that. That's an abysmal corner. I get that, Jamie. It's obviously their tactic, but if Konate can do his job, come over and shut that down, or Trent can even put a delay into it, I'm happy with that. It's whether if it leaves space or not there, that's fine. As long as no goals go in, I suppose that's the goal at the end of the day, realistically. So we'll see. We'll see about that. Jesus, lad, stop this playing the ball out from the back like that. That's shocking. Oh, what a pass. Come on. Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, Diaz, you just held your run a little bit. That's a free kick. That's a free kick. Oh. Nothing could really be done about that. Nunes made a great run. And of course he'll give that free kick. How does it... Oh, here. Just handing out yellows for the sake of it. I suppose that yellow was a little bit more for the fuck off man that he gave the ref rather than the foul itself. But then why does Odegaard never get a yellow? Seems to be very pick and choose. There's been multiple times it's happened this game and it hasn't happened. And there's been multiple times in other games. Why does Bruno Fernandes never get yellows? Why did none of the Man City players get yellows for claiming for that handball? That's the way that I look at it. It seems to be very pick and choose, and teams seem to be getting away with dissent when at certain points. Like it's one of them. I'll tell you something who I've been really impressed with this game is Ibrahima Konate. He's been a wall. He's been an absolute wall this game, and it's so great to watch. Gravenberch there with a great win back. I suppose, yeah. And the rest is probably the best one to look at it. But that's it is, yeah. It's London and the rest, so to speak. But Last 20 minutes of this game, it'll probably be about 25 minutes, 5 minutes added on with subs and stuff. But like you had Jorginho and Odegaard earlier basically roaring and shouting at the ref and nothing, absolutely nothing. And Harvey Elliott tells him, fuck off, man, and throws a hand at him like that, and nothing comes of it. Oh, Elliott didn't see that at all, unfortunately. That would have been a great move if Elliott turned his head to the other shoulder. Saka, again, useless. Not even a bit threatened by that shot at all. I knew for a fact that was going nowhere near the goal. Saka's been at like when Joe Gomez gets home this evening, he's going to take his keys, his wallet, his phone out of his pocket, and he's going to find Saka in there as well, because Saka's done nothing, absolutely nothing. And you can say this whole dribble by statistic and everything like that, but he's done absolutely nothing, realistically. This is a very good point, Jamie. You got to attack Saliba with that yellow, because if you get somebody breaking away, he can't take them down. It's another yellow and a red, and he gets sent off. And the red card did carry over into the Premier League as well, because they're not in the FA Cup as it is at the moment. So it'll be their next Premier League game that he's missing. I wouldn't necessarily say we needed like if Diaz just held his run a little bit, he would have been through there on goal, and he finishes that and scores the goal, and Núñez gets the assist. But I think it was just maybe a yard too quick. It's nothing to be overtly worried about. That's well done by Gravenberch there. Núñez driving into the corner. Come on, give it into the box. That's a handball. Yeah. About time that was called back. Kick the ball away. That's a yellow card. No, nothing. Oh, of course not, because it's Arsenal. Why not? Like I think it's hilarious how good our centre back pairing is when it's a 20-year-old and Konate. And not to say that we don't miss him. We obviously do miss him, but you don't miss Virgil van Dijk. He seems to be, and that's the greatest of compliments that you could give to Jarell Kwanzaa. It's absolutely beautiful. Like, nothing. There was nothing in that. There was absolutely nothing in that. Ah, it's a joke. Oh, the two boys, Bobby Clark and Bradley on. I mean, at this stage, I think it must be. It'll be interesting to see how this goes now. Jones off and Elliott off for Clark and Bradley. I have a feeling that has Trent moved up into the midfield now. Yeah, and second I see it, there we go straight away. Trent is right in the middle of the midfield. Not too far away. Thank you, Allison. He'll collect that. Beautiful. These are substitutes now that are going to try and win the game. Hilariously, bringing on two teenagers to say that. Genuinely, I think if any man's a betting man with how this commentary is going, Saliba is going to be absolutely getting man of the match. Purely because like Alan Shearer has just been humping his leg the whole game, and it's hilarious. But I think Konate should get it. I think Kwanzaa should get it. I think Kwanzaa should get it as well. He's been absolutely nuts, like. Yeah, Bobby Clark got himself his new contract as well, along with Pitaluga too. So that's two young guys that we've locked up for a good few years. Keepers peak a little bit. Oh, Diaz! Oh, that's a great save. I can't argue with it. It's a great save. That was fantastic by Nunes to lay it off, and then Jota with a little fake pass to give him space, and then ticks it on. Well done. It's a great save. This needs to be finished though. We can't deal with a replay on this. To be fair though, I wouldn't mind them coming back to Anfield. I think we win. I think we beat them at Anfield again. You're all right, Jamie, because I'm like 30 seconds behind on what I'm watching at the moment. But Nunes has to be cross-eyed. He probably is. Oh, off the crossbar. Oh my God. There's a goal coming in this. There's a goal coming. How far was Nunes off with that? Jesus Christ, Nunes. Not now. I'm his biggest defender, but even I can't defend that. I won't lie. I can't defend that. Like he's basically facing the goal and he tries to curl it in. Just lace it. Doesn't matter. Just put power behind it. It'll bounce off somebody and go in. Come on, lads. This 10 minutes left. Just pulling out of him. That's a free kick. It has to be a free kick. There we go. How has Odegaard not got a yellow yet for dissent? Like, this is an absolute joke. Like, just shouting and screaming at the ref, as you said, Hellier. Like, that's a joke. Genuinely, it's a joke. I don't know how he hasn't gotten anything from the referee, realistically. I smell something here, boys. I'm going to tell you right now. I smell a goal here. I smell a fucking goal here. I smell it. Yes! Luis Diaz with a beautiful header from the front post. We love to see it. Lucho. Absolutely beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. 80th minute. 80th minute. Jamie Hughes, don't do that to me. No, fuck off. It's not an own goal. No, not an own goal. No, go away. No way it's an own goal. You get it, do away. Thank you for not trying to spoil it. I genuinely think it's Lucho, just from my viewing on it. But we'll see now with the replays now in a few minutes. But yeah, that is I'll have a look now and see. Oh, it is. It's off Declan Rice. It's an own goal. Oh, your 100 million pound midfielder scores an own goal. You tell me about that. Oh God, is that off Rice? No, it's not off Rice. It's hardly. It is. It's Kai Havertz. Oh, that's beautiful. Kai Havertz. I'll take a Trent assist on that. Kai Havertz clearly forgot what team he's playing for, but that's hilarious. That's absolutely fucking hilarious. Oh, is it Kai Havertz? No, that's not Kai Havertz, is it? No, it's their replacement left back at the moment, or their full back at the moment, Kiwar. Now just hold the lead. That's all we need to do. Hold the lead here. This would be brilliant. Bring on the extra centre back for cover. Oh wait, that's funny. That not deflection there. It only took 82 minutes for BBC to say that Kanate had a good game. Finally, only took them 82 minutes. There goes their hopes of Saliba being their man of the match, considering Eddie Nketiah comes on for Arsenal. But that's hilarious. Yes, Helior, Trent will get the assist on that if it is an own goal. Similarly to how when he scored the free kick and it went in off Leno's back, he got the assist for that too. Unless it's unless if it's blatantly on target, I think they give the goal to the attacking person. But because like Trent's goal against Fulham, Trent's goal against Fulham came back off the bar and came out, and then hit Leno's back and went back in. That's why it was an own goal there. But yeah, this is oh my god, Saka. That's absolutely abysmal. That's ridiculous. I reckon you have to give him a glance. A glance. Like, just look at him. Give him one dirty look and he'll fall over. Realistically. But yeah, this is a nervy 10 minutes here now. The Men Who Stare at Goats. That's a great movie. I actually quite enjoy that movie. Seven minutes left. 7 minutes. You're hardly saying 7 minutes at a time, Jamie, are you? I know you were a bit ahead, but Jesus, 7 minutes. Oh, I was very unlucky. Nunes was the right idea. Jota was there through the middle. Travelling cop are sounding great. Kev is actually there. Jen would actually be very happy to know. Kev is actually there. He's there at that game. He travelled down for that game, so he's currently in the stand singing at the moment. So Jen would be very happy that her good luck charm is currently at the game playing away. But yeah, it's nice to quieten London down, isn't it? Yeah, about that, there was a gaggle of buses that went down. The tube strikes have been called off, so the tubes should still be okay to get back and whatnot. But a load of buses went down. Yeah, there was a lot of them on a gaggle of buses. It would have been a long fucking journey, be a long journey home too. I pity anybody who has work in the morning. Kev is 100% the real deal. He is. Maddie was at Maddie, who also hosts for us as well. He was at Paris too, trying to get tickets as well, and it was just an absolute horrific experience. Like, and then for the Liverpool fans to be blamed then on top of it is just a whole other thing. I'll try and get this post-game stream sorted. No wonder why Jen is in love with him. That's exactly it, yeah. Diaz has kind of found his form again. and I'm enjoying it. Diaz has really kind of found his form again. He's found his confidence. The two young guys there kind of, or the Jota and Chambers kind of. Mad that, because I always assumed that the trains in the UK were at least somewhat decent. In Ireland, they're absolutely fucking shocking. And that's coming from someone whose dad works in them. Like, they're shocking. But yeah, it's Trossard coming on. Yeah, I can see him warming up there, just coming on now. Who's he coming on for? Keywar is off. Who's on? Trossard is on, and who else? No, just Trossard, it seems. Oh, Smith Rowe has come on as well. Havertz has come off. Yeah, see, I'd imagine that's what it is. Like, you'd wonder though, because like obviously companies competing with companies, you think iron sharpens iron, and like the competitive nature of it and the business nature of it would like quality breeds or competition breeds quality, but clearly not. With the in Ireland, they're semi state owned, so they're technically funded by the state, and it's only the one service that runs throughout the country, so it's them or nobody. And to be fair, I think if they did bring in another privatized one, I think it would actually make the government funded one pull the finger out of their ass. But then again, it's not like I use them all that often myself, realistically. But I mean, I did call it in the first half. I said this would be a 1-goal victory. I didn't think it'd be anything major, especially how we started in the first half and how sluggish and slow we were. But eventually the Arsenal broke, which was what I expected with them playing such a high line. We got it from a set piece, which is brilliant as well. And fair enough, it's an own goal, but look, you'll take a bounce when you can. That's a free kick. That's a terrible free kick to give away at Gravenberch. That's absolutely shocking. And a yellow card for him as well. That's a terrible free kick to give away. No point. No need to stick the leg out there at all. Coming up to the 90th minute now. Let's see how much added time is here, because I don't know if my heart will take it. If it makes you feel any younger, Jim Hughes, I was born the year before that. So I don't know how that's going to make you feel. So I hope that doesn't dampen your spirits too much. Well, look, after Darwin Núñez's header there, at least we can thankfully make it. It's at least he's missing sitters at both ends of the pitch. This is go on, Gravenberch, run with it. That's a fantastic pass to Diaz. Go on. Oh, unlucky that. That's unlucky that. Diaz had a fantastic run there. Great pass by Gravenberch. I don't think there is either, Jamie, to be honest. I don't think there is either. 4-minute stoppage. Yeah. Look, I'm on 91 minutes and 20 seconds at the moment. So hopefully, like, there's only 2 minutes of it left necessarily. 2 minutes and 30 left of this. All we got to do is hold out for 2 minutes and 30. So hopefully. But yeah. It's an interesting one. That's well done. Good clearance. Great pass out to Saka. Bradley has played very well. He has, James. Honestly, he has. Again, that's fantastic. That's a fantastic header to clear it out for a corner. It's just beautiful. Just under 2 minutes left of this stoppage time now. Arsenal with a corner. Alisson keeps it, holds it, falls. Beautiful. Beautiful. Secure hands, the safest hands. I trust him to catch my baby from a building, so I would with Alisson. That's beautiful. Núñez now running down the right wing. This is, come on, be promising here. Do something with it, Núñez. I know we're only up 1-0, but do something with it. Well done, well held. Oh, if somebody was in the box there. Over Konate's head. It's all right. Take that foul. Take that foul, Trent. That's fine. I'd take that yellow card realistically at this point. He's handing them out for fun to Liverpool players at this point, but not a tap of them being handed out to anybody for dissent. I'd say Trent, Konate, Kwanzaa. They'd be my three for man of the match personally. Konate's been a brick wall. Nothing has got past him. He's been absolutely fantastic. And just as I say, BBC have given Ibrahima Konate the man of the match. So I guess me and Alan Shearer are agreeing on something. Yes, Jamie is doing post-match as well. Maybe a little late, but we'll get it sorted. We're on a breakaway again here. Go on, do something with it. Do something with it. Seal it. Seal it. Seal it. Seal it. Seal it. Diaz! Beautiful. Oh, you sexy bastard. Oh, you love to see it. Well, that's it. That's game. That's done. That's dust. Arsenal have crashed out of the FA Cup on the third round. Luis Diaz with a goal, Trent with an assist and an Arsenal own goal. Absolutely fantastic to see. Can't wait to see everybody on the post-game stream. Make sure you join me there. I'm going to finish this stream now and get this post-game stream set up. Absolutely buried Arsenal, and they deserve no less. Couldn't have happened to a nicer team, in my own personal opinion. But thank you guys so much for watching this stream. I know there's only been a couple of us in here, but we've had a nice chat back and forth. Hellier, James, thank you guys so much for joining me. I will see you guys probably in the next 15 to 20 minutes when I get this post-game stream set up. So please feel free to join me there as well. Up the Reds, boys. We're through to the fourth round of the FA Cup, and we've knocked out of Arsenal. This is absolutely fantastic. And then we play them again now in the Emirates again. So looking forward to that. Thank you guys so much, and I'll see you in about 20-25 minutes.